Hey everybody, it's Jochen Heiden, and I'm back with the Hellsen versus Heiden campaign. This is Scenario 2, War in the Pacific, the 29th of December, 1941, turn 23. And from now on, I think I'm just going to go ahead and let this video get right into it to me try to make a prediction, because I'm almost always wrong anyway, so let's just play it. Okay guys, here we go. December 29th, 1941. This is the Hellsen campaign, and let's see what Hellsen's going to do to us today. Alright, looks like he grabbed Endeni. I knew that was coming anyway. Did you hear that? He just hit a mine, guys. He just hit a mine. Okay, so these two little minesweepers, we knew that they were doomed anyway, or these are patrol gunboats. I'm not quite sure what they are. It looks like two heavy cruisers and three destroyers caught up to them. I did expect this to happen, so um, pretty sure that these guys are done for. So we'll just go ahead and get to the point here. This obliterated by a direct hit. one 8-inch shell. Oh, look at that. Those guys were obliterated by single shell hits. I was gonna skip through it, but there's no point. It's not funny, really, but geez. Talk about overkill, right? Golly. He did hit a mine, though. We heard that. That's pretty cool. Hopefully it was something big. Oh, okay. He's unloading at Jolo near the Philippines and then Sidor on New Guinea. He loves those fast transports, doesn't he? Okay, some more of that stuff. Oh man, great. You probably can't see this, but it's actually going to be off, probably on the off map side there. That ship is done for. 3 torpedoes, man. He's wasting a lot of ammo on this thing, and deck gun ammo on top of that. All right, jeez. Yep. All right, so he's firmly camped out here on the just north of the penalty box. I have ASW assets here, but they don't appear to be helping me. This ship is definitely going to sink. There it is. Where is my ASW? Like, okay, here we go. Finally, they're here. Just a little bit late. I'm hoping this Corvette can do a little damage here. He is in deep water, though, so that's something that's going against us. Oh, hey, we got a hit. Nice. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, finally, we're getting some payback here. Come on, let's damage this thing. All right, so I'm assuming that took some decent hits. It might be enough to at least drive it off. So that's good to know. Yeah, so I-4 takes 2 hits. I get a little bit of retribution for that ship it sank. Again, it's hard to determine if it's actually going to sink or not, but it's good. Something, right? Okay, PBYs are making the rounds here and spotting some stuff. Ooh. Was that a sub like right off of Pearl Harbor? Man, look at all that stuff. Well, he's probably softening these guys up for an attack. Terrain's not good for us there. Little nuisance raid here. Oh, wow, he's finally targeting Lashio. That's interesting. But smart. He's trying to keep us from building that base up. That was a pretty anemic AM air phase, if I do say so myself. What is going on here? Okay, this is the PM phase where that was their spotter planes sighting things. Okay, some Sally's hitting this unit here. Okay. Thunderstorms should help here. Thunderstorms, plus this is really good terrain. I think it's rough terrain. It's interesting that there's so much more air activity in the PM phase than the AM phase. Normally it's the other way around, but I guess it doesn't really matter. He's just trying to slow us down. These raids aren't going to do a lot of damage, but they will slow my guys down from moving. Yeah. And the poor Lusu warrior area. I wish they'd just die already. Look at that. Every turn, these guys manage to damage a bomber with their little pocket pistols and flare guns and rocks and things. It's funny. Second RTA division. At least we know what he's bringing in there now. RTA divisions aren't that great. Wow, that was a very calm air phase. Oh, come on. Let's hit him again. Let's hit him again. Hit him again. Come on. I want to sink this guy. I don't think we're going to do it. He'll probably run out of depth charges at some point here. I'll tell you what, though. These Corvettes, they just have ASW for days. I think he's going to get away. I think he's going to get away. We chipped some paint. Okay, he's landing at Tejupo. Took a lot. Another, look at this. Another division. Why? I don't get this guy. Like, he's throwing a lot of firepower at Java. I don't think he needs to. Like, he brought like 6 divisions to Java. There's a 2 or 3 will get the job done. To me, it seems kind of like a waste of resources, but hey, whatever. Man, there's like 6 divisions on Java now. I knew this was going to happen. So he's coming across the river here. This is going to be a shock attack because this is a river. And when you cross it, these guys are done. That's not good. They didn't even make it out of there. Oh, I guess they did make it out of there. But how long can we keep these guys slowed down is the question, you know? Man, he's gonna race up this road. Alright, looks like he caught up to us here as well. Man, these guys move so much faster than I do. I don't really get why. So now we know he's got 4 divisions here in a mixed brigade. Man, he's really going hard for northern China. He's going really hard. 1800 AV there. Yikes. Puchang. That's a dot base. He's going to grab that. That's fine. He can have it. I don't want it. It's all yours, buddy. Enjoy. Oh, man. This is just some Groot Natuna. Okay. It's a dot base in the middle of nowhere. It's all his. God, another base. Man, I'm starting to get tired of hearing these Japanese guys cheering all the time. Man, another land grab this turn. Alright. Well, that's the turn. I guess I've had worse turns than that, but he's really pushing hard for northern China right now. I don't know if we're going to be able to get units in front of him in time to slow him down. Ooh, Yorktown. Get some more ships on the map as well in different places. Yep, Far East. Sorry, guys. AHQ Far East. There's nowhere for you to go. Alright, let's analyze this thing. So, I was just looking around here in the South Pacific, and something's missing. Something very big and important is missing here. We'll talk about it, though. Let's go ahead and start with our usual intel report. Aircraft losses for this turn, very light. 1 for us, 2 for him. He loses 2 zeros for ops losses. Not entirely sure how. We lose 1 PBY, 4. Looking at the top pilots, no casualties today. Pilot replacements. We will take a look at wounded pilots. Only 2 showing in group and a bunch in the reserve. So we'll keep an eye on these to see if we get any of them back. Army loss points. Again, we took some losses on the ground this turn in China, so that's why that went up just a little bit. Looking at the ships sunk last turn. So this is interesting, right? So we know that we lost this one near San Diego. He's got a sub near the penalty box. And we lost these 2 coastal minesweepers due to 8-inch gun shell obliteration. And it's also reporting that he lost the sub near this hex. Yeah, so that sub is claiming to be lost over here. Right, we have mines in this hex. But I'm not convinced that it sank. Because you see this here? This is an enemy sub moving northwest. Probably this direction. It's probably this sub that got damaged. And he's going to start heading it back to Singapore for repair. I don't think it actually sank. Alright. So that's about it for the intel report. Get a good look at all of this. We're still in the lead by about 1,100 points. So, one thing that I've been noticing with my videos is they're getting a little long-winded. So instead of me opening up all these things and scrolling through them the whole way through, I've gone ahead and looked at them before the video even started so that I could go a little faster with these videos. So I'll quickly direct your attention to the combat report. This is where the I-156 hit the mine. It says it's on fire and heavy damage. I'm not convinced that it sank. So we'll have to wait and see, get confirmation on that. All right. Reviewing the SIGINT, the only thing that I saw that was noteworthy were these radio transmissions at 4697. And that's about here. So hard to say exactly what that is, but he does appear to have some sort of ships moving through Merak. Probably coming up this way to Ben Colin to cut us off. And then to spare you the ops report, there's only a couple things on here I want to point your attention to. And that would be the amount of enemy sub-activity near Pearl. Where's Pearl? Okay, so we know we have the sub here, and he's got spotter planes flying all over the place. See that? How we're detected? 2 of 2. So he's got a sub here with a spotter plane, and he pulled it right up next to Pearl, which I think is quite brave. I'm not entirely sure what his motivation is here, but that's pretty dangerous for him to be that close with that many aircraft that we have here. And then the last thing on the ops report that I want to show you is that we got quite a bit of reinforcements this turn. The Yorktown is now at San Diego, which is great. We got a couple more ships in different other places. Abaddon, Cape Town, a new squadron to Jilitjap, and then we got some construction battalions on Bataan in the Philippines. And some additional reinforcements in Java and also in New Zealand. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about the combat situation. So in China, he is moving very quickly to take the northern part. We have tanks coming up the road this way towards Ankang. We have a drive coming up from Nanyang straight towards Xi'an this way. And we have a thrust coming from Xiaozhou this way. So we have a three-pronged attack coming, and he's trying to cut us off. And especially on this road, which is very dangerous, he's trying to drive up this way and get to this hex. If he blocks this hex, everything back here is basically dead. So it's a race against time to get our troops into this hex before he does, so that we can try to hold it. It's going to be difficult, especially with that many tanks. Fortunately for us, it's mountain terrain, which is great for defending, but we need to be very careful there. Down here near Wenchao, he's got some units just north of the base, and my guess is that he's moving to engage here, so we'll keep an eye on that. We have this unit spotted here south of Kukong, but nothing really else. So all the attention in China right now is directed on the northern part, and unlike Lodrik, who uses these massive death stacks to bludgeon his way through, Hellsen's being a lot more surgical with his troops, right? He's doing smaller but multi-pronged attacks, which I think is the better way to go. Maneuver warfare versus just blunt force trauma. All right, in Burma, we do have some units pulling into Molmine here, so we did get some visibility on this. These appear to be Royal Thai Army units for the most part, but we'll find out when he attacks next turn in Molmine. But he's definitely moving for Burma, and because we've already basically given it up, he'll get into Burma, take all these bases, take Rangoon very soon, and you know what? It's fine. I can't defend it. I can't get stuff in there. That's just too dangerous. He's also started to make some probing attacks on Lashio. I think he knows that we're trying to build it up, so he's going to start bombing this base even more and more in a coming turn. So keep an eye on that. Fortunately, we have quite a bit of engineers here, and that will help us defend it. Slowly making his way through Malaya. He's starting to occupy these bases. We're going to have a battle here in Kuala Lumpur next turn. So he's already taken Palembang, as you know. And we're basically in full retreat on Sumatra, but he's moving fast here. On Java, we have at least 5 divisions now. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Maybe even 6 divisions worth of troops on Java, which I think is overkill for what we have. But he's really looking to take this quickly, and I'm sure he's going to take those divisions and instantly transition them into something else rapidly. So he wants to take Java quick. Then he wants to get the troops out of there and move them somewhere else quick. So he's just forward deploying his troops for relocation to other places. So that's pretty smart. He landed on Jolo in the Philippines. He'll take this next turn because it's undefended. On Luzon, he is now in Clark. So any day now we can start seeing some activity here. We have 1500 AV and we're mostly intact. The base is heavily damaged, so we're not getting any fortifications done, but we got 3. It's enough to last for a while. And in the meantime, we're still building up Bataan as our fallback. Bataan has very few forces here, just mostly engineers to build up the base. But yeah, we'll see what happens here at Clark Field. But this is going to be the site of the next land battle here. Task force sighted here. A couple AKs moving southeast, which is this direction, probably towards Babel. Don't exactly know what's in this. Nothing else going on in the in this part of the Dutch East Indies, and nor on this part of Australia. We're moving our ships basically to Perth to dump off fuel and whatever we could get out of the DEI, and that's it. Over here in Australia, again, nothing going on at all. Super quiet. All the way up to Port Moresby, nothing. He's just taking these dot bases up here and taking his time, grabbing every little thing that he can, but nothing really noteworthy. This is the unit that took Indeni. I guess he's going back to pick up more troops. I don't know. Dead quiet at Espiritu Santo and Noumea. Fiji's quiet. Here's quiet. Let's keep talking. This sub over here, the I-4, we damaged it pretty decently last turn, but it's not sunk. So I've got 4 corvettes now working over this area. We have to secure this pathway because it's very critical for moving stuff to and from Panama Canal to Los Angeles. Otherwise, we're going to have to go out very wide and bypass this part of the penalty box and come in here, which takes more time. But I'm not willing to send anything like the poor Yorktown, for example, right? I cannot afford to send it through here right now and risk dealing with these subs. So we got to secure this area as soon as possible before we move anything out of here. All right, and then we already talked about the sub off of Pearl. It's very, very bold, very daring. I'm going to see if we can nail this guy next turn with whatever we got. And the last thing I want to talk about for this turn is the sudden disappearance of the Kido Butai. As you know, around last turn, it was spotted somewhere around here, right? Well, now it's gone. And that's very concerning. Where did it go? So I would think that we'd see it here or anywhere in here, right? If it were over here, we have 2 overlapping naval search bands that would have caught it. So one of 2 things has happened. He's in bad weather and we lost sight of it, which is bad because I don't know where he's going. Or he moved to the northwest out of range of our spotter planes. But my question then is why? Why would he have come out this far to disappear? So I'm concerned that we've only lost him in bad weather and he's actually getting a lot closer to our units. So I have to be very careful going forward here and be on guard for an attack in any direction until we get eyes on that guy again. So very concerning to me that we lost the Kido Butai, and that's not a small task force to lose. He had the carriers, surface combat task force, and at least 1 ASW unit all in the same hex. So he's got like sub forces all in one. That's a lot of ships in one hex, and we don't see any of them right now because I'm scrolling around in here and I don't see it. And if he had gone up towards Johnston Island, we'd see him there too. See all the overlapping bands of naval search. It's just very concerning to me that we don't see him. So we're definitely on high alert now, all throughout the South Pacific, especially over here in Vava'u, where we're unloading a lot of stuff. Okay, we need these transports to be safe. So yeah. I am very concerned about the location of the Kido Butai right now. I'm hoping by next turn we have good sight on it before it's too late. So put it in the comments section below where you think the Kido Butai went to. Do you think he's still bearing down on our forces this way? Do you think he retreated to the northwest out of range of our spotter planes? Was it weather? Is it Gary Grigsby? What is it? Where'd they go? Let me know what you think. And in the meantime, thank you for supporting me and Hellsen in this campaign. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.